Hello and welcome people back to what is probably the wonkiest boss fight in this entire game.
It's an Alaskan bullworm!
Possibly. Essentially, what makes this fight terrible is that, well, you will see. It's very particular about where you have to hit, and on top of that you constantly get shoved around by the boss's movement. As you've seen there.
Sheesh.
It wouldn't be quite as annoying if you didn't also have to deal with that thing in the middle, that hole that is there. If that hole wasn't there, this fight would have been like 5 times less annoying.
That's why they put the hole there.
Yeah, possibly. Also, he constantly shoves all of those bombs around, and you cannot actually get rid of them in any way, as far as I know. But yeah, the shtick is you're supposed to attack him with electricity, and then slowly chop off his parts. Now you can only chop off the parts that are at the end of him, so you can't just start with right next to the neck and chop off the rest. It would have been fun if you could. And considering how wonky this fight is, it would actually make it a little bit more bearable. But yeah, the moment he leaves, or like if you wait for too long, he's just going to heal. The electricity will just stop affecting him. And sadly, like you would think that oh, it's gonna be a smart idea if I just stay in one spot, like for example, right there where you can see the whole ocean, or next to the doors, and just spy on him wherever he appears. No, that's not a good idea, because then he's going to bombard you. They just kind of put way too many safety precautions for you to actually get things done easier, for this fight to be enjoyable. And as you've seen, I may be in the right spot, I may be attacking at the right place, but you constantly get shoved with his tail. It's just aggravating. One thing that is nice, though, is that they don't limit your ability to chop off his parts in one go. So it's, for example, it's not like he has one roundabout the hole in the middle, and you can only chop off one of his parts. No, you can actually chop off all of his parts if you get lucky in one go. But yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I do for this fight is, in order to get the combo with the slashers going, I just equip 2 of them. It's like, see here, maybe I will get lucky with that. Yeah, you see, I managed to chop off two of his parts in one go. But for some time he has invincibility, and then, well, if the camera would be more cooperative, then I would have been able to chop off the last of his parts that wasn't his head. But yeah, these bombs, for example, they're not necessary here. This is already annoying enough. But thankfully, none of the later boss fights, if I remember correctly, are quite as aggravating as this one. Yeah, you see here I'm just trying to get a good view on the situation, and then he bombards me. What an asshole. And now it's the head.
Now all that's left is his head.
Now the head is a little bit more aggressive. But thankfully he doesn't seem to have quite as many invincibility frames.
Why haven't we used the troll?
Because he's probably the fastest destruction elemental monster that Ellen has, or just as slow as all of the other ones. But yeah, he cannot be damaged by destruction element unless he's electrified. It's just really hard to keep track of what's going on in this fight. It's one of those where it hardly matters if you're actually good at it. It's just up to luck. Which I had to do this fight twice.
I can tell, considering all the HP you're losing.
Ah, finally. Thankfully, the electrifying actually also counts towards him being damaged. So it's not like electrify him, and then the destruction element will count as damage. It's just that it unlocks being able to do more damage to him. But yeah, same as...
Thankfully not.
Same as with the boss fight before, this shoving right and left is just there to, like, you have to make sure that you just don't get it too low in the middle, like not undo all of your progress, because you ain't really getting it much higher than what you get with the balancing thing. Ah, I actually got it with the shoving right and left. Good to see that he was actually Gojira.
Yeah.
It's weird that I didn't get copyrighted on that. Metaphorically.
Cool to see Herv hasn't aged a day.
Oh?
Herv hasn't aged at all, but then again, he's dead, so I guess he kinda can't.
Well, I mean, he was dead for 17 years. There I was kind of like, where the fuck is my save point? Oh, you.
He probably ate it, the fat fuck.
By which I mean I'm just going to follow you wherever you go.
Don't mind me.
And now let's go to Dolan.
I'm surprised you didn't get copyrighted on the waves hitting the shore.
Yeah, I mean, they're so mainstream. It's so random. I mean, like, I didn't get copyrighted on any of the in any of the songs I used for like speed montages in Panzer Dragoon Saga, but I got copyrighted on the silent sound effect. So, as per usual, we're just going to go around talking to everybody except for people we're supposed to talk to.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Thankfully, those people don't have anything to do in their lives, so they just always stay at home.
Well, I mean, there's no internet yet, apparently, so.
Or Gomez is just hogging it all to himself.
That's why he's so enamored with the street lamp and secretly got Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. He's hogging all of the 56Ks.
Mm-hmm.
He's just constantly waiting to get online with his other TurboGrafx friends. I don't think there was actually a modem made for that thing.
But Ellen's not gonna tell her. Okay.
Nope. It's really random too, because it's like we know she does talk to people when it's important, but other times it's like she's completely ignoring them. So it's not like she says something in between the lines that we just don't hear.
Right.
Whatever you say. Oh, and
Totally
also
did that best.
I should mention that for this chapter, the side quests are going to be both long and also kind of unusual because this time around they prevent you from going to sleep right after you leave the netherworld, because you have to go to Mrs. Lester in order to tell her all of the things. We can't just let it happen the next week or something. So I was unable to do any night quests. There also may be no night side quests considering the length of the day quests, but no FAQ is really going to be very conclusive on that.
My God, it's got owl noises on it. Hmm. Of course, save that game. And see you in the part about the DLCs and the day quest, because I can't do the night quest until the next chapter. Aww.
But I may just